so I see you tweeted about the Alabuga
Mm,
thing in Russia. For those of you who
yeah,
don't know, it's a factory in a region of Russia where they get women from Africa and South America, and I think Southeast Asia as well, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken, to
that's
go
correct.
and between the ages of 18 to 22 to go and work there. They sell it as like a great career opportunity, but they're building drones. And I was actually surprised by how long it took South African media to pick up the story, because it was big news last year and in 23 across the world. And it was completely silent in South Africa. And then it blew up when a TikToker now posted about it. And she's since apologized but it was for the first time South African media were like, oh, we'll look into it. And I'm like, all the links are already here. You can go look it up, So it's almost like that blissful ignorance or on purpose ignorance.
Well, I will tell you the little I know about the whole Russia interference in Africa and how it's perceived in South Africa. I
Mm.
was in Joburg in around October 2024, and I was attending the Africa Investigative Journalism Conference, the AIJC. So I had to speak on that stage about Russian interference, and I came to realize that not many people in South Africa are aware of what Russia is doing in Africa, and also not many people even care about what's going on. So that's what I came to realize. And I think because there's been a lot of, working together alliances between the ANC and the Russian Federation. So a lot of people think, well, can we just not just try new partners? And we go back to history. I know
Mm.
that the Soviets were so very much in support of the South Africans
But you know what the
during
interesting thing
apartheid.
is,
Yeah.
right? If
So yeah,
it was Ukraine that was helping. Um,
after they followed this, okay, you tell me. I
Yeah,
mean, at the
it
time,
was the
Ukraine, Russia.
Ukrainian
Yeah.
Socialist Soviet Republic
Oh, really?
that had the chair against apartheid and that put forward the motion against apartheid at the UN.
Do many South Africans know this? Do South Africans know this?
No,
That's the thing.
because Russia adopted that,
Yeah.
like they did at the UN Security Council, where they
Mm-hmm.
just took the seat of the Soviet Union. They did the same with all the embassies across Africa.
Okay.
Um, and they've been like just keeping up that pressure for 30 years long.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at where all the freedom fighters in South Africa
Mm.
received training when they were in the USSR, it was Kherson, Odessa,
See,
you know but
why?
that's not spoken about. I think it was last year, they unveiled the plaque to one of the guys at freedom park Freedom Park, where they have the names of everyone who helped
Mm.
against apartheid, who helped to fight against apartheid. And they unveiled it, I think last year or the year before. But
Oh,
only
wow.
one there. There's no Russian name there. There's just a Ukrainian name there because the
Interesting.
Russians weren't doing it. If you actually look into it, the Russians were trading with the apartheid government.
Oh, so Jana, you see, this is not what many people are
Mm.
aware of. I'm sure even in South Africa, there may not be too many people who really know this history, and certainly not in the rest of Africa, because
Mm.
yeah, if a lot of West Africans or Central Africans knew this, they will talk about it.